Some say it's a taste of what's to come. Others say it's a quick peek of what we did instead of therapy this week. Coming on up on the Real Bois Podcast.
Got stung in some very peculiar places.
Very reminiscent of the time Chance and I got into a bathtub half naked and pretended to be pirates in a storm.
I ended up catching most of it with my mouth. I was able to,
Get over your dumb grandparents.
Well, in Cialis when you got bees.
Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of the Real Bois Podcast.
So serious. I digress. Keep going.
You interrupted his intro.
Don't deduct points. It's too soon.
He's breaking out his pen.
It's too soon. No, it's too soon.
He's making
Don't get the paper and pen.
He's making a very disappointed father face.
No, I'll do anything. I'll touch you inappropriately.
Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Real Bois Podcast. What you just heard were the voices in my head. I'm joined today by two very special voices, some of them speaking out of turn. And that's okay, One day I'll have a normal host hosting intro without any issues. But here we are. Here we are. It's been a while. I know you missed us. I'm here to talk about it. If you don't know, we're a podcast. We play games and talk, and points are assigned. And at the end of the episode, somebody wins. That winner gets to host the next episode. I was the lucky duck driving the big truck, per se. I won last episode, and that's why I'm talking to you. My name's Ethan. I'm your gracious, fair, loving, adoring, kind, beautiful, smart, sexy host for today's episode. Today's going to get real. Today's going to be very real. I'm joined by two lovely little boys, Chance and JT. Say hi, boys.
What up, Real Boys?
Hi, boys.
This is the unreasonable voice in Ethan's head. And right now, I'm trying to convince him to eat that deviled egg on the windowsill. Because why else would there be a deviled egg on the windowsill? You should eat it.
I hate deviled eggs. I wouldn't eat a normal deviled egg.
I thought you said a dead little egg.
That's what I heard too. But when he said it this first time, I remembered that bit. Yeah. Anyway, hello, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I know this was a bit of a long-winded intro because some fucklenut over there decided he wanted to start yapping before he was introduced.
Yeah, I feel like I was just like 3 seconds into a 5-minute monologue. So let's get all the way off my back about being interrupted.
Well, seeing as I'm host, I don't handle interruptions very well.
That's going to be a problem going forward. We're going to need an HR department.
I am the HR department.
Yeah, I think we elected to make Ethan HR already.
I want a new HR department.
You're going to have to take that up with HR, I think. Or legal. But I think we also made him legal. You might be able to circumvent by going to accounting and deducting his paycheck, which is Josh, because we never took him off, even though he's not on the podcast. We should shuffle Marty into marketing, though. He would probably do a much better job than me.
Marty's an intern right now.
Okay, well, I'm going to shuffle all my marketing responsibilities to Marty.
Marty's not here, by the way. Chance, you didn't even get all of us shirts.
Here's the deal. That's the only reason I wanted marketing, is so I could make the shirt and give it to myself.
Flexed it multiple times.
You didn't realize how much power I had doing the marketing.
Well, everybody wanted a shirt.
So delicately evil.
We spent half our budget on one shirt.
Half of our non-existent budget. Oh, we do?
We have a budget now.
We do have a budget.
Okay.
Yeah, we did agree on a budget.
We just didn't agree on a merch budget.
Well, it's our total budget, really.
The $15 a person?
Yeah.
blew our budget we determined on, like, by several months. We were not going to be able to have an editor for a long time.
Yeah. See, Chance could have gotten a deal by ordering like 5 or more t-shirts, but because he only ordered one, it cost the same as buying 10.
If you flip the tag out, it says Gucci on the back. That's why there's only one shirt.
It's stamped with like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Versace, Tiffany and Co.
So you can tell Ethan has a girlfriend. He'd rattle those off way too fast.
Yeah, I knew Gucci and that was it.
Listen, I wear Tom Ford, and I wore Versace glasses.
Your last pair were Gucci glasses, weren't they? No, they weren't.
No. They were Versace.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The ones I have now are Tom Ford's.
In this episode, are we canonically your conscious or voices in your head?
No, not really. I was just talking.
You're just being a silly little goose.
I was just riffing.
Sometimes see like it's some tomfoolery.
Well, anyway, it's been a while, and we like to start this podcast typically with some small talk. So talk, but make it small.
Cue somebody. Cue a person. Put somebody in the queue. Don't pick my hand raise. Just go gut instinct on this one. Cue it up. No feet raises either. Cue them up. Tee them up. Shoot them down. Cue. Go do it.
That was my cue. That was the cue. Thank you for the small talk. JT, Chance, go ahead.
Oh, JT and then Chance, or just both of us? Go ahead. So I have small talk, and I feel like I should let you guys choose my small talk because I had a very emotional roller coaster weekend. So I built a sexy new mailbox. I found a very good clinical way, scientific breakthrough really, on how to add instantly 2 inches to your biceps within the span of seconds. And then I got stood up on a date, and then I also got a new chair. What do y'all want to hear about? You want to hear about the biceps? Cool. So I was cleaning out my AC unit this past weekend.
I was going to say mailbox, but whatever.
I went to go do it because I've been here 2 years and I have not cleaned out the AC unit. It's the condenser is what it is. So I brought out my shop vac so I could suck up all the dirt and leaves that are in there. And at like 2 seconds in, my shop vac, it clogs up. So I remove the hose and then I start whacking it on things, as you do when trying to remove clogs. Now there's a metal frame right next to my house where the AC unit is. And I thought, wow, this will be a great thing to whack this hose on. And then I did. I whacked it a couple times. And on that second whack, what I couldn't see inside the metal frame is that an entire wasp nest had built their nest right in that frame. So I smacked the shit out of that wasp nest. And what you should know is that where my condenser unit is, it's only like 3 feet wide-ish about. So there's not a whole lot of space after you have that AC unit there, plus this little metal frame, plus me trying to frantically get away from an angry wasp nest. It's not a whole lot of room to navigate. So I hit it, 20 or 30 wasps fly out. Honestly, it's probably more like 10 to 15, but in the moment, it was like 20 or 30. And then 2 of them got me. They got me right on my bicep. One of them got me right on my tricep. And that's it. That's the only 2 that got me out of that whole thing, because I was fast. Your boy was really fast. But within seconds, my arm had doubled in size. Thing was swole. It was looking thick. So
is this just a big segue to talk about your rippling muscles?
Wait, so did you get an inch per sting, or is it 2 inches per sting?
And does it work on penises?
It's a rough estimate. Yes, confirmed. It will make your penis bigger.
Sick.
Now, I don't know about erect penis bigger. Maybe we should look that up. What happens if bee stings? Hang on, I'll look it up. I'll look it up live. What happens if bee stings penis? Then I get erect. Getting an erection after bee stings your penis causes intense pain, increases blood flow. Who needs Cialis when you've got bees? Blood flow that can spread venom faster and severe localized swelling. Yes, so it does swell, which means it gets bigger.
We got the 2 things we need: blood flow and swelling.
We got that flow. We got flow.
No, we got flow. So if you ever piss off an angry wasp nest and they sting your biceps, go ahead and let them sting your schlong while they're at it.
Yeah, use your schlong to whip them away.
That's one strategy.
That's what a real man does. Swats flies with his penis. Wasps are flies.
But yeah, my mailbox is ugly. I made it not ugly. It's beautiful and sexy now. Oh, and I was talking to a girl this past week. We got along great. She liked combat sports. She liked outdoorsy stuff. And then we were talking for a while. Long list of messages. Then I asked her on a date. I was like, hey, let's go get some coffee because we both love coffee. Saturday rolls around. I'm sorry, I'm getting sick. I'm going to have to cancel. 90% of the times they say I'm sick. I know what's happening. They're just
Fair guy.
Now, it's unfair of me to assume every time, but she never messaged me again, and it's been a week. So
that is telling.
Did you quadruple text? Did you hit the quad from the dating advice episode? Quad text?
God, he's right. No, I haven't. I'll have to do that and report back to you guys.
You need to go back and re-listen to it. Re-up.
I know I got a new chair.
Yeah, go ahead and text her right now.
That my cat uses.
Go ahead and text her live.
Yeah, go ahead and text her right now.
I'm going to go with the strong alpha dad approach. Hey, you dumb bitch. I hope you are feeling better. I'll pick you up at 8 tomorrow. All right, I took y'all's advice. Hit send to let you know.
Wait.
Sign it. Say, ooh, woo, love you, kitten, alpha. You're alpha. Like, sign it off, you're alpha.
And then send the bee emojis and say, I'll bring the bees.
Okay. Hey there, kitten. Ooh, woo. I'm gonna send a howl voice memo in there and a growl. Woo! That'll get her engine revving. And then I'll say, your alpha daddy got stung in some very peculiar places. I can't wait to show you. Winky face, peach, tongue emoji, wolf emoji,
eggplant.
Yes. All right.
2 eggplants. Yeah.
That should give me a response.
Chance, if she responds in some positive manner, I'll give you 10 points.
I think if she responds during the course of this episode, he just instant wins.
Okay, I was gonna say that, but I had to wait for the other contestant to agree. Okay,
credit where credit is due. You can't.
Yeah. If you get a positive response from that,
stakes are high.
Auto win.
What if I get?
Yeah.
I say even like a response at all.
We'll retroactively run it back if this turns positive.
If I get like a harassment charge from this, then that counts as a response.
Most people don't get harassment charges for cyberbullying, so.
Oh fuck yeah! Let's dive deeper into. I'm just kidding. Let me stalk her online and find all of her insecurities.
Chance, you didn't tell us about anything about your beautiful mailbox. It was ugly, and then it was beautiful, and then it was gone.
Yeah, everything else on there, really. I just wanted to talk about the scientific breakthrough I found by adding size to your arms instantaneously. Everything else it could care less about. I just wanted to talk about that. So, the floor is yours now, JT.
You never talk about the cool path that I helped you made. The really pretty path that I helped you made. Huh? Where is there small talk about that part?
I think you're remembering that wrong.
That he helped you make?
I'm pretty sure Ethan helped me haul those rocks, dig up that dirt, and go to Lowe's.
I'm going to murder him. Ethan wouldn't haul rocks.
My memory's not great. Are you gaslighting me?
You're gaslighting me.
I laid those stones.
Like you're trying to take advantage of my poor memory.
He's gaslighting me.
I paved it myself. He gave me a nice cold lemonade after I ripped off my shirt and my rippling abs glistened in the sunlight.
I'm just goofing. Goofing. Yeah, JT helped me build a really cool pathway. And when it rains, it looks really dope. It kind of reminds me of when you put shaders on Minecraft and then it rains and it reflects from the ground. Kind of has that effect.
Right next to the raccoons and digging in your trash.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. I am going to get some home security cameras. Not for the reason that one probably should for home security. It's just because I know raccoons have been digging my trash can and I want to catch them in my trash can because they have to open the lid and get in there and then dig things out. And I kind of just want to watch it. What if I find a Jimothy? Have y'all seen Jimothy? The raccoon? Y'all haven't seen Jimothy the raccoon?
Wait, yes, I have. Is Jimothy the one that's like half the size he should, half the length he should be, but still 4 legs and everything, squatted, squished together?
And he's missing hips or something? JT, have you seen Jimothy?
Yeah, he's literally just take a regular raccoon, but then just condense it into a third of its original size.
Wait. Let's get a live reaction from JT. Look up Jimothy on TikTok or YouTube or something. I'm just gonna you need to just.
I don't want to look something up right now.
You need to.
Can I just look up a picture?
No, it won't do it justice. You need to see it move around.
Oh, if you look up Jimothy just in Google, he runs across the screen.
Wait, for real?
Yes, he
really?
does.
Jimothy made it to the Roku screensaver TV.
Oh my God, he does. That's crazy. That's like a Google function now. That's like when you Google Google Gravity and stuff.
Oh my God, I totally forgot that Google used to do that. I'm sure they still do.
They still exist. They're just not as cool because, I guess kids have AI these days.
I haven't done it since I was in high school, like 10 years ago.
I also have a list of small talk things, but they're really random.
All right, go.
Because sometimes I can't think of small talk. So I make a list of things. I'm like, I could talk about that. And then I look at the list later and I'm like, there's a weird list I got going on here. The first one is about the Brothers Grimm movie and the horses that ate a child and how that scarred me as a child. And the next one is about my dad's new Temu obsession. And then I was going to talk about the game Fable coming out because I want to play it.
So go ahead and talk about it.
All right, Fable. We'll start with Fable.
Which one is it? Is it Fable 3?
No, it's like a new remake of Fable.
Oh, so is it a new Fable?
It's a new Fable. A new company owns it. No, not Fable 4. It's like a reimagining Fable, staying true to all of its stuff.
Because they announced Fable, I can't remember which one on 3 or 4, like over 5 years ago. And there was a dropped a trailer for it and everything.
Yeah. 3 came out. It didn't do as well. The studio ended up crumbling due to a bunch of stuff that a YouTube video told me about. And then I purged out of my mind because the information wasn't important to me. And then it was talking about new company is making Fable and it's going to be cool. But I watched a 30-minute gameplay on it and it did look cool.
I haven't seen anything about it. I've been hearing it come up in conversation between you guys and I know Josh mentioned that he's excited for it too. I don't remember which Fable I played. It had to have been 2 or 3. It was on the Xbox 360. But what I remember from it was that I think a lot of people weren't necessarily very happy with the combat system in terms of I guess maybe it seemed a little too simplistic or something. But I mean, what little of it I played, I never hated. I found it an enjoyable game, but I haven't really been keeping tabs on it, Yeah.
I've never played any Fable game before. So it's just a franchise that I never got into. But I was like, if they're remaking it from scratch, it's like a retelling of all of it from scratch, then I could probably get into it, check it out, see what all the hubbub's about, if you know what I mean.
So you're going to go back and play the first game so you can appreciate it more?
No, not going to do that. Too much effort. I don't have time for that. I just want to play the new cool game.
I feel like that's diminishing returns sometimes. You want to go back and play the game for the retroness of it. And then I play it and I'm like, I hate the mechanics. Sorry. It's ugly.
Plus, they would get in the way of your Hunt Showdown game time.
That's true. That's true. I'm going to start a new segment on the podcast where I just talk about games and different games I want to play or think of or or whatever. And today's game talk is Fable.
I like it. New segment.
What's Fable's rating? PG-13?
There's my segment. It's got to be PG-13, right? It could be M for mature.
Whatever the movie scale.
You can do a lot of different things in there that are probably immoral. I think you can kill children.
I think it depends on how much drugs and nudity and fuck they do.
Yeah. Anyways, my next bit of small talk was, I don't even know why I wrote it down, but it was just something that came to my mind. It was the Grimm. Have y'all ever seen the Grimm movie? The Brothers Grimm movie?
No, not the movie.
No, never.
I didn't see it for...
Are you talking about the fairy tales?
It is kind of like a fairy tale, but I don't even remember entirely what was it about. It was these children's faces were turning into mud and they were losing all their faces. And then there is one scene where a horse lures a little girl out into a barn and it swallows her whole. And when I was a child, it made me scared of horses. But I'm not scared of horses anymore. But it still it lives rent free in the back of my mind palace.
Yeah, I've never seen this movie.
You know the origin of the Grimm tales?
Nope.
Yeah, they're Brothers Grimm. Yeah, there were old stories that were actually super cruel and kind of scary that later got a new twist on them and were basically made into fairy tales, but kid-friendly.
Yeah, I think that's where we get a lot of our Disney movies and stuff.
Yeah, I almost said that. I just wasn't confident enough to say that Disney pulled a lot from there, but I was pretty sure.
I think so. I think you're right. My last little tidbit of information is my dad's...
It got a 38 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not great.
That's pretty bad. And Matt Damon's in it. And Heath Ledger. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what's a good movie?
Sorry, you were saying?
Spy Kids 3.
Spy Kids 3 kind of slapped.
Continue.
It was okay. My last bit of small talk is my dad's new Temu binge. My dad discovered Temu, and now he won't stop ordering things on Temu. He has so many packages coming in Temu constantly now.
Has he gotten any of them yet?
Yeah,
or is like
he's gotten them, and specifically he's targeted Temu's watches. So he's coming one of those watch guys that wear a cloak and keep all their watches on the inside of their cloak so he can sell them out in the streets. Yeah.
but they're all Chinese or made by the Taiwan children in the sweatshops
I gotta say, the watches, they do look pretty good. And I'm glad
for
that
now until the veneer rubs off.
my step siblings can't listen to this podcast because I'm about to out that whenever he gets watches, sometimes they include an extra cheaper watch that he's just going to start gifting them for Christmas. So their Christmas gifts are just
Nice.
his spare watches that he got for free.
Next time I see your dad, I'm going to be sure to ask him if he's got the time.
Oh, he's got the time. I walked into his room the other day and he has like a whole watch display
Jesus
now.
Christ.
It looks pretty sick.
That he got off Temu, right?
Yeah, he got it off Temu. Man likes Temu. He started ordering some Pokemon cards off of Temu, and I was like, man, you do not want to do that. Like, Temu is not the Pokemon card place, man.
That's the market. That's the real market. Spy Kids 3 got a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
I no longer trust Rotten
Man,
Tomatoes.
still thinking about Spy Kids. Did you know how Rotten Tomatoes got its name?
depends on how fresh the movie is.
It was named after a movie that was like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And the movie was so bad, that's what they named Rotten Tomatoes after.
Interesting.
And they might be making a remake.
I'm gonna Google that. If that's true, then I'll give you a point.
Okay. If it's wrong, then I was given misinformation.
What did you say it was?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Nah. It comes from the stage tradition of audience throwing rotten fruit and vegetables at bad actors. It was generally considered like, I thought that it was like, a poor performance, you throw rotten tomatoes, that very stereotypical thing.
This is it. This is the episode that goes viral, and JT's going to look like a damn fool.
This is it.
Well, this has been educational. Ethan,
We've learned so much here
do
today.
you have small talk?
Yeah, what's
for
your
us today?
small talk?
Just curious. Hello.
Hello. Let's see. Yes. Many things have happened. We've done many things. There's so many of them. We did so many of those things. One of those things that we did was, I had talked a little bit how I was having issues with my manager and stuff at work, and we were maybe attempting to make some improvements and stuff. Finally got what I wanted. I got assigned to the team that I wanted to be on, and that's been really good. That's made work a lot more bearable, a lot more sustainable in terms of staying for a little bit longer, because I was on the verge of just dipping out. What else happened? What else did I do? I haven't done a whole lot lately.
Did you take a dump on your old team's desk before you left?
No, so here's the funny thing. We were waiting. My manager was on like some vacation, like a long vacation, and we were waiting on them to come back before I made the transition. I don't know how much she knew about this transition before it happened, because it was kind of like, it was a very silent thing. It wasn't like the whole office knew about it, because it was a very particular situation. They had hired somebody for the team, and I knew that new hire was my replacement for the team. They didn't have to tell me that for me to know that, but nobody else, not even like nobody on the team even knew I was leaving. Only I knew I was leaving, because we weren't going to say anything until it happened. And that guy came in. He had a great personality. He was doing really good at the job. No issues with him whatsoever. My manager comes back. Director talks to her. I then transition over to my new team, and I leave for a brief vacation, like 4 or 5 days. Come back. This man was there for like a month and quit.
That tracks.
He ended up, I think he ended up getting like a better job somewhere else, where it just lined up that he ended up getting a better opportunity that he jumped on, because why wouldn't you? He's got no real ties. But that was really entertaining that that guy was my replacement and was there for a month. I moved over, things were kind of finalized, and then he just disappeared. I came back from vacation. He was gone. He got like, and we had like a couple of company events and holidays in that like month that he was in. So he got like just a bunch of freebies just to dip.
Wow.
Yeah. It was entertaining. It was pretty funny to me. Other than that, I can't say a whole lot has changed. I know we've done some things which we'll talk about here in a minute. Generally, how this goes, dear listener, we do some small talk, which we've just done. I'm cutting small talk off here. I can't think of anything. I'm mind blank, head empty. I've been visiting the farmers market more and getting, fresh produce and homemade things at the farmers market. That's fun. That's very fun. We had 4th of July, traveled for the 4th, traveled just after the 4th. All of us have had a birthday recently, the 3 of us. That was great. Happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday, Ethan.
Happy birthday,
GG.
Happy birthday, Chance. Happy birthday, Ethan.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Anyway, let's get into today's topic, which isn't a game.
Get wrecked, Chance. Get wrecked, nerd. You wanted to play a game. You don't get to play a game.
You don't know.
Today's topic is it's a one-word topic. I'll give you some precedent that, if you want to use Google, you want to look up some stuff, whatever, but we're just gonna have a discussion. We're just gonna have a conversation like we've been having. We haven't had one of these episodes really in a while. Yes, JT.
Is the topic hair?
Ooh.
The topic is not hair.
Why do you ask? Elaborate.
Just checking. Just in case.
That was like one of Distractable's first episodes. It was hair. I think it was the first published episode might have been hair. No, it's not. Now, honestly, that episode kind of grossed me out. I can't lie.
Nobody wants to talk about hair.
But this is one more topic. We haven't had a lot of these conversational episodes, so that's what I'm going to do. Keep it conversational. And you're allowed to look things up if you'd like. But the word, I guess it's 3 words.
Can we guess it? Can we guess the word?
No.
Oh.
It's things we've forgotten.
Oh.
So more than one word. I changed my mind mid-sentence. But we're going to talk about things we've forgotten. Anything that you've forgotten that we haven't talked about, that's been missed lately. That's what we're going to talk about.
Let's piss on Chance all episode.
I was just wrapping my head around how we're having a conversational topic about things that we forgot about. It's kind of a conundrum because it's like you need to talk about it, but you also forgot about it. So how are you going to bring up something that you've completely forgotten?
Chance, these are things that we forgot in prior episodes that we want to talk about now because we didn't have a chance to talk about them in prior episodes.
Okay.
That wasn't clear.
I'm taking a point away from them.
Okay.
Damn.
That seems a little unwarranted, but he is the dungeon master.
Oh, now you're telling him how to host.
Anyway, yeah, there's been a couple of things that have happened with all of us together that I think would be good for us to talk about. We had a birthday experience for Josh. We had a vacation that we all went on recently. We've had the holidays. You guys were together on the 4th of July, so I know you guys did some stuff there. And then I just want to talk about it. So if you got stories, or if you have like news stories or stuff.
Yeah, Josh and I had a wizard battle.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. So I'll start. So recently we all went on a trip to an undisclosed location and an undisclosed time and an undisclosed day. We went to Broken Bow.
That's in Oklahoma.
It was disclosed. We disclosed it.
Yeah. And us and some of our other friends, we all pitched in and rented a cabin out there, and we had a good time on that vacation. And that's just that's something I wanted to share with you, dear listener. We had a good time. One of our friends, Kenny, almost got stranded and died after taking one turn in the river. And we had pretty much a solo kayaking journey for after the first 10 minutes of all of us kayaking with the masses of, there's tons of people out on the river the day that we ended up going. But we at some point diverged, and then it was just me and Savannah having one experience, and then JT, Chance, and then Kenny having a totally separate experience because we just didn't know where they were.
The waters were rough that day.
I got
to cross something off my bucket list on that trip. That was touching Ethan's penis, that she's just now learning about for the first time.
I was awake.
No, we actually was captaining a ship through a storm because we rented a boat and a jet ski, and we got to get them late for about 2 hours, around 2 hours, and we got out of it. And then we were having the time of our lives. We're tubing, we're riding around the jet ski. Ethan's bumping music. And then dark storm clouds start rolling in. And we were like, we don't want to go. We'll just stick around until it gets bad. And then it started getting even more bad and lots of lightning and really dark clouds. And we decided, okay, let's go now. Let's bring it in. And then on the way in, we started getting heavy rain down on top of us. Josh is cutting through the water with.
It was assaulting. It was like knives.
And even though like we were going fast and we slowed it way down, like I mean probably 10 miles an hour or whatever that is in knots, whatever.
Maybe.
But yeah, those little raindrops start feeling like little knives attacking your skin. And I got to, captain the boat through a storm, and I had to go take it in and go to the bay and ramp it up there. So that felt good. Everyone else was ducking for cover, and I was there shirtless without a life jacket, rippling chest hair, my hair blowing in the wind. I was hoisting the sails, and I was turning the wheel, and had the compass in hand, and I had to navigate the rough seas. And by rough seas, I mean Broken Bow, Oklahoma Lake.
It made me feel like the hanging bathtub swing thing that we did was foreshadowing, because it all felt very reminiscent of the time Chance and I got into a bathtub half naked and pretended to be pirates in a storm while somebody splashed us with water. This felt like we were living the real version of that out.
We made a swing and suspended a bathtub from a tree, filled it with water, and swung in it. That's a video that is on the internet right now. See if you can find it.
Yeah, if you can find it, you get an audience point.
Ooh.
Yeah, you get 1 point.
Ooh, that's potential winning.
Yeah, well, the thing was, we couldn't all sit underneath the cover of it was like a pontoon boat, but we couldn't all sit underneath the cover because if we all did that, the back would sink too much. And you can't have that on boats. That's not advisable. So I was sitting up at the front, uncovered, and just having to duck. I was wearing a life jacket, but the rain didn't care. The rain didn't
Honestly,
care.
we should have just thrown somebody
The
overboard.
storm heeds for no man.
I was saying we should have. I told Kenny he needed to go, but
Poor Josh was out there on a jet ski all by himself because we got a jet ski with our pontoon boat. And so he had absolutely no cover and was just getting pelted in the middle of this typhoon on the lake while we were waiting for people to get out of the docking area.
yeah, we went up to the wrong spot first too. We had to end up going a little bit. There was 2 drop spots really close to each other, and when you're out there for long enough, everything kind of starts to look the same. Land masses that you're going in between and whatnot all kind of melt together. We ended up pulling up to the wrong spot the first time and had to keep going down the shore for another couple minutes before we actually were able to pull in and hop off the boat. That's one thing, that jet ski, while it was very fun to jet ski, I got lost. I took a turn on the jet ski and I was like, I can find this boat again. No problem. It's white or black, I think. And I took off. And then I was having fun for about 15 minutes. I was like, all right, let me just go and find him again. So I can find him and then I'll keep going and have a good time. I started going up to like every boat. Like I was probably 200 or 300 feet away from them, a good distance, maybe further than that. And I was peering and I was like, that's not the boat. And I would just keep going. But I had to zip by and stop by like 8 or 9 boats before I found you guys again. And I was like, that was a bit of a harrowing experience because I was like, I really trusted my sense of direction. And I was like, this won't be a problem. This won't be a problem at all.
I feel like a little kid going up to people. Are you my dad? Are you my dad?
When you're looking for a moving target on open water where there's just like nondescript land masses that all look the same, dotted all around, it gets pretty confusing.
Honestly, the first thing I thought about when you mentioned Broken Bow was you trying to flex your superior knowledge of opening coffee cans.
Coffee can.
Yes, in the car.
Oh. Yeah, we had Savannah and I had gone to Chance's house and met up with Chance and JT the night before. We all ended up like going to Broken Bow. So leaving from Chance's house, we stopped at a gas station real quick and decided, because it was the morning and we were just about to start our trek. It was about a 3-ish hour drive, something like that. So I went in and Savannah and I both grabbed a coffee, a like canned coffee. So she got some like Starbucks coffee drink, I think. I ended up getting another brand, but like still like a canned coffee. And just a week prior to this, I had been traveling for the 4th, and I had stopped at a gas station, and I'd gotten a Starbucks Nitro cold brew in a can. That can said shake well. So I did, and I drank my coffee. Now, fast back forward, we just stopped at this Love's gas station or whatever it was. We got our coffees. We're about to start our road trip. We're pulling out of the parking lot. I pick up Savannah's. I'm trying to be nice and like a good boyfriend. I pick hers up and I'm like, oh, hey, do you want me to open this for you? I don't even wait for her to answer. I give it a shake. And she's like, oh, I don't think you're supposed to shake. And I was like, no, that's fine. The other one says, mine, they say to shake it. It's fine. So I shake it. I pop the top and just the whole coffee. It just erupted out. It just erupted. And I took my lumps. It exploded everywhere. I ended up catching most of it with my mouth. I was able to, you know what happens when you open a bottle and it's fizzed too much and you put your mouth up to it to try and catch it. I was able to save most of it that way, and it wasn't too bad of a mess. But I was like, I'm sorry. You were right. You said don't shake it, and I thought I was supposed to shake it and I explained to her what I just said, that I just gotten a Nitro the last week. It said shake. No problem. And then I was like, I swore that they said it. I guess I should have not worried about that. And I pick up mine and I look at the can and it says shake well. And I looked at, and this is less than 5 minutes from leaving this gas station. We haven't even actually started our journey. We haven't even gotten out of town. We were pulling up to a light, like our first red light, like literally up 2 blocks from this gas station. So I popped the first one as we're pulling out. I pick up mine in one fell swoop and I see, look, mine says shake well. And as Savannah's saying, yeah, but they're cans, so they're kind of pressurized. So sometimes they probably want to pop. And I was like, yeah, but look, mine literally says shake well. See? And I shake it. I shake it because that's what it says to do. And I cracked the top of that fucking coffee and it exploded so much worse than hers did. It just it literally fountained up and probably hit. There's probably still some on the ceiling of my car. And I just lost it. I just bust out laughing because I couldn't believe that I proved the definition of insanity in less than 5 minutes at the very beginning of the journey. And it was just so comedic that I did the exact same thing and expected a completely different result. And the exact same thing happened, but worse.
Okay, but you've done this before and it didn't explode, right?
I had done it literally the week before with a Nitro cold brew.
So the only logical step forward is to make sure you shake every can well and open it and hoping to replicate the first result you got, and keep a record of how many cans exploded and how many don't. It's quality control.
Makes me think your first can was just a bad can.
Well, hers didn't say shake, actually. Hers did not say it. And that was my mistake, I thought. Mine did say it. Mine said it. It was either a Columba coffee can or it was not Nitro, but Black Rifle Coffee Co., one of those. But it literally said on the can, shake well.
Man, shook it too hard.
It's your fault for learning how to read.
And that was the mistake. And these were back to back. I'm telling you, I was like, I cracked hers, made a mess. I said, I'm sorry. I should have listened to you. I shouldn't have shaken your can. I shouldn't have shaken it. My bad. And then I shook mine right after because it said it. And yeah, that was divine. That was a divine intervention right there.
Now, just think about it. If you opened yours first, it would have exploded, but then you would have had the foresight not to shake hers because it didn't say shake.
Yeah, because mine would have said shake well.
Yes. So the universe just spat on you and said, you're going to open hers first, and they're both going to blow up on you.
They're both going to blow up. Yeah.
If we ever decide to switch to a video platform, I want our first episode to be us buying various brands of coffee cans and shaking them up vigorously and then opening them and see which ones explode and which ones don't.
We have to make sure that we get the ones that say shake as well, to prove the point. We have to ensure that we have a couple of those because I don't know, man.
We should just make a whole video testing how much things explode if you shake it, of all varieties of everything.
I love that concept.
We'll get sodas, different kinds of sodas. What soda explodes the most? How much does coffee explode?
Let's just go to a rinky-dink gas station and pick up one type of every can they have
We're bringing the vlog back.
That would be so funny.
We'll name the episode Shake Your Can.
Shake yourself.
Yeah, we did that. One of the things that I wanted to make sure that we did before we had left was the petting zoo. And I got to pet a capybara and feed a kangaroo and a camel. And I got attacked by geese. They started nipping at my jeans and yanking at me. But I remained calm. I kicked no geese. And I just dropped some oats for them and they moved on.
'Tis rare the geese are actually silly.
Stupid geese.
Yes.
I once got kicked out of a national park for trying to force endangered geese to fight like Pokemon in Hawaii.
God. Well, and Hawaii is even worse too. Hawaii is really big on their wildlife conservation.
Yeah, you pick up a goose and you lightly toss it to another goose and yell, "Use peck," and all of a sudden you're the bad guy.
How old were you?
In my 20s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy day. That was the same day I broke my toe and almost killed a kid.
You already had video on that one.
Kid as in baby goat or kid as in child?
Yeah, kid is in teenager, I guess.
Probably deserved it.
Yeah, that's a different episode altogether, though. This is all about our bro time, not how I almost went to jail for manslaughter and endangering geese.
They had some coatis. They had some coatis at that petting zoo. Coatis, fun fact.
They did have coatis.
Fun fact about coatis, they can actually turn their legs backwards and run backwards while facing forwards, like full speed, which is really crazy.
That should be your segment. I'll bring like a game topic and you bring fun fact topics.
We'll see. Anyway, anybody else got another little something that they wanted to talk about that we've forgotten?
Well, you and I went, JT.
Are we going to talk about census now?
What'd you say, Chance?
Queuing up JT because you and I already took the floor.
Oh, yeah. I did want to talk about the census experience.
We went to a building called Census.
I'll never do it again.
Yeah, I'll never do it again either. Chance completely lied to us about exactly what we were getting ourselves into.
I was skeptical, but after the whole thing, I learned that my skepticism was well rooted.
Well, it was the idea was pitched to us as like a sensory experience.
Sounds pretty cool.
Which sounds cool in theory. And this was a sensory experience. That is very true.
Didn't I pitch it as a sensory escape room?
Yeah, you did. A sensory escape room.
It wasn't an escape room, but it was like a sensory experience. I don't feel like it was that misleading.
Now, here's the thing.
It was the kind of place...
The setup was we occasionally will do this thing where somebody makes a plan with the others to kidnap one of the people for their birthday. It was around Josh's birthday, and we had decided to quote unquote kidnap and take Josh out and do this thing with him for his birthday. And we went out to brunch, and then we went to this place called Senses. Now, it sounds like what we're saying is like the multiple of the word sense, like touch, taste, hear, whatever, sense. But it was like SENSAS. So if you ever want to Google it so that you know that you shouldn't go, you may.
So we get to this place and it kind of looks kind of neat. It's in a little bit of a weird part of town, but you know, it's the Dallas Art District, so nothing too crazy about it. So we get inside. They have this whole right section dedicated to like neon stuff, neon lights and pads and UV light stuff. Pretty cool. On the left side, they just have a door and they're like, sign your waivers for census stuff. And we're like, cool, let's do it. And then as soon as we do, I don't even remember who told us initially that. Like, when did we find out? As soon as we walked in through the door, and he's telling us that we're going to be touching things that we aren't knowing what we're going to be touching or tasting or smelling in pitch black.
It was alluded to before we walked in. But that was the other thing. We were lumped in with like a couple other groups. So we were put in, there was the four of us, and then there was another like set of two or three friends, and then there was another set of like 3 or 4 girls, something like that. So it ended up being like 5 or 6 girls and then us 4 guys that were all in the same experience together. Like we were doing this we were at that point, like basically a team.
One large team where one half of the team had to go into a dark room and And for like mouth sensing, it was taste stuff and then call out what you think that you just tasted for the other team to like write down on a board and eventually make a code. But by far, I think the worst one might have been touch. Like they had photos on this big wall of things it could possibly be. And on the photos, like there's tarantulas, there's cockroaches, there's frogs, and there's mundane stuff like plants or something.
Yeah.
So you go into a room where you can't see anything and you just have to stick your hand into a box and not feel what's in there, but you're looking for like a braille code. So you have to feel all the walls and you don't know how deep you got to be. And you're just like twitching the entire time on the way down to the hole, hoping that you don't touch something ungodly down there.
You didn't actually, there was a tarantula in there, like live bugs in there, did you?
They said there was one. No, they didn't say there was a tarantula. I feel like they wouldn't have put a tarantula because somebody could have killed it. It's like somebody might have gotten scared and punched the shit out of it and killed it. But there was a frog. I think there was a frog.
There was a frog.
The thing was, there was basically a room for each of your senses. And the first one was taste. And he split us. So we were one big group working together, but he split us into two teams. We had like a team A, team B. And generally, like what we said was, we ended up splitting guys and girls because it just made more sense. But what we decided was we would, agree who's going to take the harder of these two options. And so he said the first 5 or whatever are fine. Like you don't have to worry. The next set might be a little bit more difficult for you. The first one was taste, though. The first one we did was taste. And I was already scared of putting some shit in my mouth that I couldn't see. But they have cameras. They had IR cameras in there. So everybody else can see us on these like little monitors. But we can't see shit except for like really faintly glowing numbers to tell us what number we need to stand in front of for what cup we need to eat. Now we got like dried banana chips,
basic stuff,
hot Cheetos.
Yeah. I got white chocolate
chip, stuff like very black licorice, very like, okay, whatever. People are like, oh, black licorice, kind of gross, whatever. No problem.
It had us thinking like, oh, this is just like a facade that they're putting on with all these pictures. Like there's nothing actually bad in here. You just go in. Yeah. Well, that wasn't the case for the girls.
They went in there and we heard, oh my God, is that a cricket? And the guy goes, that is a cricket. The girl just ate a cricket, just raw dogged it. No questions. Just put that thing in her mouth. She was ready to roll. Guessed it was a cricket. She guessed it was a cricket after eating it, which was also kind of crazy.
It's like one of those things where you're disgusted about what you're eating and you're like, oh, what was that? A cricket? And then they're like, oh yeah.
The touch one was the similar thing. You go into a dark room and all stand in front of a box and you have to put your hand in it and feel to find like a braille code, basically. I couldn't stick my hand in the box. I couldn't do it. I just stood there.
You couldn't.
I like put my finger in and I felt something and I couldn't do it.
I didn't realize
it was just like
that.
A fish tank full of water.
I did not realize you couldn't put your hand in the box. I might have forgotten that, but
I couldn't bring myself to do it. I stood there and I tried. I couldn't. I was stuck.
He gets over to me and like grabs my shoulder. He's like, JT, I can't do it. And I was like, okay, buddy, I'll do it. So I just stick my hand in real fast and like flail my hand all over to see if I feel any braille. And finally I get it. And I'm like, okay, it's me.
I was way too eager to put my hand in the box. I was like, all right, let's see what's in here. And then I felt around and
I couldn't. Yeah, that was my limit.
Braille. I don't know. I had a good time. I was like, I mean, it was a little sketchy, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. It's a game. It's fun. It's a unique experience.
And I was still recovering from broken arms. So I had just been able to like take off my slings, but my arms were still quite like broken.
And then we had to do a laser course. We had to crawl over the ground.
Yeah, we had to do a laser obstacle course, which we just like did not do well in.
Ethan's over there with broken arms and he's like laying on his back on the ground trying to get under lasers by scooting himself with his feet.
I was worming the hell out of it. Yeah. The smell one wasn't bad.
What's really funny is that this is apparently it's popular in Europe, but this was their first site in the United States.
It's the only spot in the United States that you could do this was in Dallas. and they had a couple. They'd had like one in London. They had one in the Middle East as well, and it's very popular. Apparently, this is a very popular experience.
I stand by it. If you're listening, go there, try it. It's a very unique experience. It was kind of fun. I mean, we got to play in a huge ball pit too. We haven't even talked about the ball pit. That was fun.
Ball pits are disgusting nightmares.
Okay, everybody was laughing and smiling. Everybody was having a good time.
The ball pit was fine. I didn't have any problems with the ball pit, but the smell one wasn't bad. I was pretty good at the smell one. We had to go in.
Man's a beast with that.
We had to go in, and it's, again, most of these themes were dark rooms, at least for the first couple. But the smell one was we had to go in, and we had to get X number of correct guesses in order to like get this code. What we were doing was like, if we succeeded, if we got the right number of these things guessed correctly, whether it was the tasting or the smelling, was we would get like a code to open up a locker, and we'd get this little totem. The totem basically counted for some donation to a charity or something. Special Olympics, I think, something like that. But like that was like the goal. When we got enough correct guesses in a certain challenge, there was a small donation that went towards like a Special Olympics charity or something like that. So the taste one I was okay with because I had been told with the precursor it wasn't going to be too bad. The touch one I could not do. I just couldn't bring myself to touch something I couldn't see. And the smell one I was a goddamn ninja at. There was a bunch of like 15 cups. We had to get like 8 or 10 to get the code. And I was just like left and right. I was like, yo, is this mustard?
Worcestershire.
Is this Worcestershire? Like, it's Worcestershire. It's mustard. That's this. It's ketchup. Brown sugar. Laundry detergent. I was bing, bang, boom, bop, bam.
Carried the team. Credit where credit's due. Carried the team there. Chance got a couple of them right too there. I got none of them. Didn't get one.
I didn't get all of them. I definitely didn't get all of them, but
yeah, I got like coffee grounds and cinnamon or something. I don't know.
I definitely didn't get all of them, but that's where I excelled that challenge.
Oh, and dog food.
Turns out the sniffer on me, real broken.
There was dog food. I would say the worst one to me was the touch one, but I was able to power through it just barely, and we'll never do that again. Yeah, I'll never do it. There was one more for the hearing. They just did it like charades, basically. They put them in a different room with headphones on. They couldn't talk, but they could act out something. The guy gave the 3 people a topic. They all agreed, and they'd like charade it out. We'd have to guess.
There's a couple pretty good guesses there. I don't remember exactly what we charaded, but
Hunger Games.
Did y'all not like the experience because you were scared most of the time?
Yes, that's the only reason not to like the experience.
Oh my God, I thought it was so much fun.
Yeah, I don't think I could do something like that again.
That's interesting.
It was interesting. It was a unique experience. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever done in my life, but I wouldn't do it again.
I'm glad I did it. But yeah, I would be like, if somebody suggested, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it again, but not because I didn't have a good time, just because of like I did it once. Yeah. That was enough.
I'm always having a good time when I'm out with the boys, though.
Yeah, that was Census.
Oh.
That was Census.
Now we've pretty much spoiled the whole thing for you. Good luck if you ever do it.
Get wrecked, nerds. Sometimes on Chance's face cam, his cat posts up right in the middle of the doorway. And it's like he knows that he's right over Chance's shoulder, and he just starts licking his butthole, and then he leaves.
He does do that.
That's Smalls.
He's done it like 2 or 3 times, I think, this episode.
We got to get on video platform.
See everybody's beautiful face.
So Smalls can lick his butthole on camera. Oh, 2 very different reasons.
So we got Broken Bow.
We are right on an hour.
We got Census. Is there anything else that I guess there's 4th of July. But nothing really crazy happened on the 4th of July. I mean,
well, that's not too true. Josh and I did have an epic wizard battle where we hollered slurs at each other and then apparently started an accidental fire because our magic was too powerful.
That's true. They did start a fire that I ended up having to go put out while Chance was sleeping on my couch during the middle of the night.
It was a group effort. I definitely was hauling water from the pool.
But everybody helped
30 to 50 feet away.
Put the fire out the first time, but it reignited itself like 4 times. Like even after you were long asleep on my couch, I had to go out there like 3 a.m. and started hauling water.
Did he not tell you about that?
Oh, I didn't know about that.
I actually messed myself up doing that because I crawled over the fence and this big log is still embering. And I'm like, if I don't get this thing fully put out, then...
Oh my God. You told me about that. You never told Chance?
Yeah, Chance didn't know. He was just a sleepy, weepy little peepee.
This is my first time hearing it.
I thought you knew Chance and that you were just a heartless bastard.
I crawled over the fence and I carried buckets over there, splashed it. And then I was like, this is just going to keep lighting on fire. So I was trying to break off pieces everywhere I could. I went and got more water and started dunking pieces in the water. But it was still like, I was like, man, if this reignites itself on all this dry stuff, and it lights a fire right here, it's taking everybody's house down with it. So I can't leave it like this. So this big log was in the shape of a Y. So I was like, if I could just put enough pressure on the top of this Y shape, if I lift it up, then it'll break and maybe be light enough for me to hoist it over the fence. So I put pressure, and the bottom part of the Y breaks, and I end up just collapsing face first into the ground at 3 a.m, wearing nothing but shorts and flip-flops.
Well, I'm just snoozing on your couch.
Chance is just having the best time dreaming about Smalls, probably, or whatever Chance's dream about.
Woke me up. That would have been a significantly easier task for you if you had just woken me up and said, hey, the fire you started with you and Josh's wizard battle is back.
You're a sleepy weepy peepee, and I'm a good friend.
I appreciate you. I was
letting you get your snoozes. So
next time we start a fire, you can wake me up.
I'm over there on the ground, like hands and knees with a bloody knee because I just scraped it all down the side of this charring log, and I'm like holding back the tears of like FML. This sucks. And finally, but I successfully broke it at least. So I used all my baby boy strength and grab it like the best I can and hoist it to where it's vertical with my body. And I'm like, now I got to get this over this barbed wire fence somehow without shoving myself into the barbed wire and get it onto this big dirt patch. Because just on the other side of the fence is our property where there is just a big area of dirt. So I bear hugged this log and just huck it over John Cena style. And finally able to crawl back to the other side, dunked more water all over it, and then just went to bed.
I had assumed that you had just gotten on to Chance that morning about it Chance snuck out like I was a freaking one night stand while I was sleeping. That's pretty common.
I was trying to let you get your snoozes in.
I did that too.
I was reciprocate.
I didn't even work until 6 o'clock, so I was perfectly capable of hanging out with Buddy Boy Chance until 4 or 5 o'clock. But nope, he snuck out bright and early, like he just hit it and quit.
One time JT drove us home from Chance's house while I was very drunk, and I slept on his couch and he took my shoes off for me. And then when I woke up the next morning, I put on my shoes and left without saying a word. But then I think he followed me out.
Just one night stands me.
I think he followed me out, or he texted me.
A good friend. I had to open the gate for you probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just remember telling you to pull over because I had to throw up, and I did. And then I felt a lot better. But then I blinked and we were at your house, and I was like, I can't drive home, I guess.
JT out here being a real
keep
one.
Up that proud tradition. One night stand, JT.
One night standing me? That's a sucky tradition.
And starting a fire.
I hope that my future girlfriends don't keep that tradition. That would start affecting me emotionally.
I hope they start fires before.
On the back of the property. I was just so paranoid. Like I was laying in bed at 2 a.m. and I was like, if that fire starts back up, God help us all. A fire truck can't get back there.
They could.
So
and their root fires are a real thing too.
Yeah, there's that city that's been burning for years. Although I guess that probably wasn't roots. I think that was something else. I guess not topical. Never mind. I'll go fuck myself.
So that was 4th of July.
Still a thing. Good job. I had a great 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, it was awesome.
I spent it with my grandparents. I hadn't visited them in a while, so
get over your dumb grandparents.
Well, I'm over them now because I went and saw them recently. But gosh, all right, guys, do we have any last words?
That was a pretty good backlog of information that we had been staving up.
Yeah,
backlog. More like hand log.
More like knee to scrape log. More like
start a fire and one night stand JT log. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. More like embers scarring JT's hands in the middle of the night.
Jesus. Nope, that's all I got. That's all I can remember that I forgot.
And if that's all Chance can remember, that's all anybody can remember. He has the best memory on the podcast.
Yeah, that's not true.
An elephant never forgets.
It's true.
Well, this has been a good episode. I'm glad we were able to take some time to just chat, have a good old time, not feel pressured about the points. But as a good host, I do keep points, and I did take some points. So give me just a second to tally up the points here.
Is this Chance's cue to keep talking about something random?
No, this shouldn't take long. I ended up getting a little bit kind of just into the conversation, so I didn't write as much down as I typically do. But I will say that, Chance, you lost a point for being a bad friend, and I think you lost a point for interrupting me, and something else. So you netted a loss of 3 points. JT, you interrupted my intro. That was a negative 3 points initially.
I got negative 3 points for that?
Yeah, you interrupted me at the very beginning of the podcast.
That's crazy.
See, that was intentional, and you killed his intro. Mine was accidental. I didn't even know I did that.
I didn't even kill his intro. He was able to get his full intro off without a hitch, and we're going to start docking people points for just trying to participate in the podcast. I get it.
I was in a groove. You hadn't been introduced. You get a little
3
upset.
points.
You get a little upset when you're introducing and somebody interrupts you. So,
but it happens every episode.
So I'm making a point.
JT, pretty boys like yourself are meant to be seen, not
I'm
heard.
making a point.
Okay?
All right. All right,
It's
I
my
understand.
intro,
I
man.
get it.
It's my intro. That's like the one time that I get to talk by myself for the podcast.
Duly noted.
This is for us. This is
noted.
for us. Anyway,
Duly
so you
noted.
netted a loss of 3 points for that, and then you did lose another point for something else.
What else did I do?
But I don't remember what it was. I think
I was so good the rest of the episode, like barely said a word.
no, there was just like one other thing that you said that I didn't like, so I took a point away.
That is some girlfriend energy right there. I'm mad at you. I don't remember why, but I am mad at you.
You had a bad
I'll
dream
think about it later.
Did I cheat on you last night in your dreams or something?
That netted you a loss of 4 points. So really, if you think about it,
Hold on. I lost more points than Chance lost when Chance had 3 actionable offenses just based off of 3 points for one thing. And then
I didn't remember one of Chance's.
Mine was minor.
I didn't remember one of Chance's. I only remembered 2 of Chance's. Why are you arguing with my points?
I was trying to give you some good content for you to riff off of at the very beginning.
JT, this is what we do. This is what we do. And if you can't handle it, then maybe you shouldn't be on the podcast.
Well, maybe I won't be. Maybe I'll start my own cool podcast.
Well, let's see who wins this episode first.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. JT, you got points for telling Chance, I'll bring the bees when he was making the text. Oh, Chance, quick check. Did she text back? Okay.
She did not.
Wait. Did he actually text? Did you actually text? Did he text?
Did I?
Did you?
Were you able to text, or did she unmatch you and now you can't text her again?
The world may never know.
JT, you also got points for your Temu dad and the secondhand watches for Christmas. You got a point for reminding me about the coffee. You got a point for the goose Pokemon and an additional point for you being in your 20s when you did it. You got a point for fighting a log and a point for backlog. And then I almost took away the point for continuing the backlog because it was getting stale, but I didn't.
I continued the backlog?
Yeah, you were continuing the backlog with more log puns, but then Chance joined, and then it just didn't make sense to take a point away from you if I wasn't going to be from him, and then I was a net 0 loss for either of you, so I didn't do it.
That's teamwork.
So, JT, that took you down to, let's see, you have a total of 4 points on the board. Chance, and that's after your point loss.
Oh, thanks.
Chance?
Tally it up.
Chance, you lost those points, but you got point for big wasp arms, and I gave you some additional points as we had that conversation. We all kind of contributed to it, but you got big wasp arms. You got Will Googling if it'd make your penis bigger and reading that to us. You got a point for saying I'll pick you up at 8. That I don't know. That kind of killed me. You got a point for telling JT that you hope that all the future people that he date treat him like a one-night stand. You got a point for living out your captain fantasies. I just wrote, Captain! Yeah? Look! So with all of that, that was small talk and then contributing to the conversations. Yeah, you netted 4 points.
We're co-hosting.
Bum, 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 bum. Let's measure who has bigger biceps. Just let me go find a wasp nest real quick.
Okay.
That's the tiebreaker.
How much do you guys know about the Statue of Liberty?
Nothing.
Chance?
Like one thing. I know one thing about the Statue of Liberty.
I know a couple things about the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, JT, what's the thing that you know about the Statue of Liberty?
Like just one thing that I know, or multiple things that I know?
What was the thing?
That it is given to us as a gift from France.
Okay, cool. So how many feet tall is the Statue of Liberty?
It's a very... I'm curious. Are you just making sure that wasn't the one thing that I knew?
Yeah.
60
what?
feet.
Okay. Is this an over or under thing now? Like if I'm closer...
You bastard.
61.
Okay, but what's your real guess?
My real guess, I'm going to say like 107.
Wow, you guys really undershot it, but JT was closer.
Honestly, if I had gone first, I would have guessed much higher, but chances 60 really made me question if I just can't imagine feet and height as well as I think I could.
60 feet, you have to think about it. 60 feet might be like a 5 or 4 story building. The Statue of Liberty is 305 feet tall and 1 inch.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
The statue,
I had no idea how big this thing was.
and that's base to the from the base to the tip of the torch. The statue itself, just the statue, is 151 feet tall.
Okay, so I wasn't that
And the
far
pedestal
off.
it's on and foundation is 154, but tip to tip, 305 feet.
We can go tip to tip.
Tip to tip.
So, sorry, Chance. I was hoping this one would be you, but it's not, because I host a fair game. So,
It is what it is.
JT, you are today's winner. So maybe wait for the points to tally before you start bitching and moaning.
No. It's just, there's a lot of hubbub going on here about things that Chance had points for things you couldn't even describe. You're just like, he got some amount of points.
I told you how many points he got. I walked him out.
You got...
I don't have to explain to you my calculations. I told you he got points for, and I don't have to, but I told you he got points for contributing to the conversation, and then you got points for contributing to the conversation. I just stopped writing down things, and I did write down tallies, but
-3 points for the very beginning. You put me at such a disadvantage from the very first 30 seconds.
we were 30 seconds into my intro, which you would have been introduced at, that you could have said anything you wanted. But instead, you decided to cut me off while I was saying hello to the viewers. That's your fault.
Even worse is because A, it was intentional, but B, because I used to interrupt JT's intros for his vlog all the time, and he knows how bad it hurts when your intro is interrupted.
What do you mean for my vlogs? You still interrupt my intros here, and I have never docked a point for it.
Let's get to speeches. Loser speech, Chance?
You know what? We'll get him one of these days, fellas. Congratulations, JT. Congratulations. Now give us that heck of a winner speech you got piled up for us.
JT, winner speech?
Winner speech. Just like my time in Broken Bow with my beautiful boys. Oh man, we forgot to tell them about the video that we did for y'all's birthday.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to get to it in a future episode, but it was pretty good and involved feet and wine.
It did. Both of those are true.
Anyway, that's not my winner speech. My winner speech is that it was a good game, good conversation. And I'm glad we got to recap some of these things that we got to talk about today. I hope Chance has thought long and hard about what segment he's going to be bringing to the podcast in future episodes. Now that Ethan has fun facts and I have video game stuff, and it can't be jujitsu. I'm calling no jujitsu. Winner speech over.
And it also can't be Soulja Boy update. Distractable has.
It can't be Soulja Boy up. Soulja Boy.
Distractable already has Soulja Boy update.
Oh, okay.
It needs to be a universally interesting thing, like fun facts and games.
We play games in jiu-jitsu.
Not chance things. Not jujitsu. I already said not jujitsu.
All right.
And if it is a game, it's my job to talk about it.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in and listening. I really had a great time. I'm glad we got to talk about all the things that we've been putting on the back burner. I know you've heard some tell of these in previous episodes, so I'm glad we got to put them out and tell you how interesting and entertaining and fantastic they were. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll catch you later. Bye.
Later.
Bye.